Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 10. When everybody praises the gods that are above them, supposedly, Dany becomes a god. Okay, so Dany, last scene of Game of Thrones season finale is Dany being carried like a god while her dragons fly above. And she seems unstoppable. That's how season 3 ended. And what's season 4 tagline going to be? It's on. It's like, here we go, let's roll up our sleeves, let's face the dragons. It's on. Like, season 3 was almost like a teaser in so many different ways because it was very thematically driven. And if you watch this episode again, watch the season finale again, basically almost every scene of the whole entire season was about fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, mothers and sons, fathers and daughters, basically mentors and proteges, the generation above them, kind of screwing up all the kids who are below them. There's really not much mentorship or true mentorship going on. It's all about power, war, about basically the one character says it best. It's like, as soon as we defeat an enemy, we make two because we defeat the one enemy. It's like we're not learning from our mistakes, but not only are we not learning from our mistakes are making things even worse for the next generation. And it's like, what's the point of all this madness that they keep doing? Of course, as an audience member, we kind of enjoy the beheadings, the violence, the sexuality. That's what Game of Thrones is all about. But thematically, it's basically about, and this is a common thing, especially for cable shows and HBO shows too, about legacy and about the next generation fucking things up for the older generation. And I know that people, not really necessarily in my generation, I'm from Generation X, but the generation behind me, the baby boomers did a lot of bad stuff. Okay, like they kind of screwed things up. There was a huge shift in economically, and a lot of greed came up because basically when there's an economic change, the people with the money can't get greedy about it. They got to share it. So then basically the next generation behind them is prepared for what's going on in the future. And basically the baby boomers really did a number on the generation behind them. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because all these kind of shows are having that thematic about like the bad parents, the screw up parents, repeating the same mistakes over again, worrying about some god that they don't even know about, and basically using their own ideology and making choices about gods and angels and whatever that they never even seen, but because that's what the generation behind them told them to do, and basically about greed and power. Like, that's what Game of Thrones is about. It's basically about greed and power and about territory and wanting to dominate in so many ways. And of course, the people who are watching this show, Game of Thrones, basically are seeing that this thematic is intact. It's like maybe people are seeing it eye to eye, or maybe it's just a subconscious thing, but there is a common theme. It started in Sopranos 2007. Sopranos last season was all about legacy. It was all about mentor protege, about how Tony and his gang are totally fucking things up for their families because, and what their mistakes are made are like hung on their families even though they didn't do anything wrong. Same as season 3 Game of Thrones. That's what it's all about. Even like while this is going on, Game of Thrones is going on, the Mad Men is going on probably at the same time as Game of Thrones. And Mad Men season 6 is basically a lot about like legacy and about it's 1968 and about the younger generation having to go to war. They don't believe him. Don Draper, Sally kind of walking in on her father, kind of sleeping with another woman, like, and Don just like letting it go. Oh, don't worry, it never happened, letting it go. And this is like a common thing in all these kind of shows where the mentor is screwing the protege, and that's what Game of Thrones is all about. Season 3, it's very much a teaser to like the spectacular season 4, which we'll see even more violence going on. But that's my review. Thank you very much. Have a good day.